For years, studio professionals have been enhancing their mixes with various combinations of outboard gear for the sound of their tubes and transformers, constantly seeking the perfect blend of tone and saturation. Whether running hot through a tube EQ or driving the output transformer of a console, creating the perfect sound could involve a complex, expensive signal chain that still didn't allow for exact control over the final results. The developers at Black Box Analog Design knew there had to be a better way.
So I'm Eric Rossi, and I'm actually a mixer, also one half of Black Box, along with Robert Wainscott. Mixing is my full-time gig, and Black Box is something that started out of necessity because we didn't have the tools that we were looking for, and since then it's grown, and so now kind of splitting between the two. The HG2 actually is something that came up because there wasn't anything that did what it did.
As an audio engineer, I never understood, for example, why my guitar amp was capable of all these wonderful tones, yet my mic pre's, all I could do was turn them up and down, and if I wanted a little bit different flavor, I would have to use a different mic pre. Every engineer knows this story. And I thought to myself, well, why can't I have preamps and processors that act like a basic guitar amp?
The HG2 was an instant success, affirming its place in the music world as the mix bus's best friend and simply making life easier in the studio. Just a few simple controls are all it takes to harness the rich tube power within. Known for its gentle harmonic saturation, blissful distortion, and natural tube compression, it quickly gained a profound respect amongst the highest ranks of studio professionals.
When I first met Eric Rossi, and he was telling me about this new unit he had called the HG2, I was immediately intrigued because he had such a great reputation and mastery of tube circuitry, it seemed like, from his mic pre. So I immediately checked it out, fell in love with it, and it just weaseled its way onto everything.
In collaboration with Black Box, Brainworks proudly brings you the HG2 in plugin form. Starting with a faithful model of the original hardware, the HG2 plugin offers a digitally enhanced parameter set, expanding the possibilities for tone control across a wide variety of source material and adding unprecedented flexibility in tailoring your sound.
Along the way, a couple of things happened. One, I started to get to know Eric Rossi a little better and really liked him as a person. And then there's this other thing called Plugin Alliance, and I like those guys too, so it seemed like a good way to get more units into my possession by having a plugin made. So it seemed like a marriage made in heaven to suggest to Eric, hey man, what would you think if I hit Dirk, the owner of Plugin Alliance? And he said, God, would you? I said, yeah, let's do it. And they modeled it, and they did an incredible job. If it were just close, I'd be disappointed. I expected better, and we got that.
I was blown away, at how close they had gotten, and that they had really captured different aspects of the unit that kind of give it its mojo and its magic.
They modeled every single part that's in that box. I know that they then modeled the box itself in every setting imaginable to capture what that box does.
There are only so many people that are going to buy the hardware, but everybody's using plugins. So it really makes it available to everybody at every level, and it's going to open up the user base, incredibly. So I think with that, we're going to see some really cool use cases.
Available exclusively from Plugin Alliance, the Black Box HG2 plugin will add brilliant color and character to your sounds, easily finding a use in any project. Download the 14-day fully functional trial to hear it for yourself.